up, YouTube? This your girl Tiffany Too Real, where keeping it real isn't good enough. You gotta keep it too real. I'm not gonna hold too much of your time, but I am going to do a quick message today pertaining about change. How to thrive and be successful with change no matter how and what our surroundings is about. Some of us has careers that it takes over our day. We have families that we have to tend to. We have a lot of things that's going on that can cause a pause in our change. But I don't want you to use that as an excuse to not change, because at the end of the day, in order to find your happiness, in order to live in your peace, in order to live in your purpose, you're going to have to make necessary changes. So as long as we continue to make excuses of why we're not changing because of our career, because we have to tend to our family, we may rob ourselves from living in the peace that we desire, living in our purpose that we desire. So I want to encourage you today to take the time out to figure out a master plan that can be easy enough for you to also celebrate those small changes so that the bigger changes can come along. For example, one of my clients that I have coached recently had a very big schedule, and it was so many things that she wanted to accomplish that if you was just to hear it, it almost sounded like it was impossible. However, what we done, we started small and then we worked up big for those accomplishments, because at the end of the day, if you want to see all your changes immediately, you definitely don't want to start big, because again, mind you, you still have to tend to your life, your present life that's going on. You still have to go to work, you still have to tend to your household. So it's almost like you have to ask yourself, how bad is it that you want to see this change? Matter of fact, ask yourself that. Ask yourself, how bad is it that you want to see this change? Is it bad enough for you to do whatever it takes to make it happen? And if you did answer yes, then guess what? Making those small necessary changes is what needs to happen on your journey, starting today. Because you got to keep in mind, we got 6 months left in the year. And we want to be able to start our 2025 off with a head start. So in order to make sure that we start off with that head start in 2025, we want to go ahead and start now. So today, matter of fact, write this down as well. I will not be making excuses for change in my life. I will not be making excuses for change in my life. Because just as well as you tend to your career, to your family, or to whatever it is that's holding you back from not making a necessary change in your life, you got to remember, it's not only holding you back from a necessary change in your life, but guess what it is? It's taken away from your peace. It's taken away from your purpose. It's taken away from you. And if you're constantly taken away from you, how can you really be fully devoted and being happy and peaceful and purposeful when you're there for your career, when you're there for your family, or whatever it is that is holding you back? So don't look at it as, okay, I can put that off to change. No. Do I want to put off my peace? Is what you need to ask yourself. Do I want to put off my purpose? Is what you need to ask yourself. Put off your happiness. Put off just being you. You need to ask yourself that. Stop looking at it as the word change and look at the outcome that it brings into your life. Because you can just only imagine, if I had peace in my life, what type of person would I be? If I was living in my purpose, what type of person would I be? If I was living in happiness, what type of person would I be? If I was just living for the person that God created me, what type of person would I be? And that's something you need to look in the mirror and be so honest and serious with yourself, because at the end of the day, those are the things you need to think about, because you already know what it feels like to not live in that. And I hope that it's making sense to you. And this is just me getting back into the YouTube videos, but I will continue to speak speak on this because you deserve to live the life that God created for you. I deserve to live the life that God created for me. But guess what? We have to stay strong in making the necessary changes that we need to make in order to live the life that was created for us. And the best thing and the good thing to know is that you're not alone. You're not in this by yourself. I'm not in it by myself. We are on a journey and we got to start living it. We got to start enjoying it. But first, we must be willing to what? Change. So let's make that happen. Until next time, I want you to focus on what life would be like if I had the peace, if I had the purpose, if I had the happiness, if I made those changes. Think about that. Think about what life would be like if you was already living in what you foresee for your life. And it's not being selfish from your career. It's not being selfish from your family. So whatever it is that's holding you back from change. But what it is being selfish to yourself. Stop being so selfish to yourself that you're not living a fulfilled life that you want to live because you're too busy doing everything else. You're too busy making up excuses. Stop doing that today. Stop doing that to yourself. But we're going to have more content coming soon, getting deeper and deeper and deeper. I plan on staying consistent with this. In order to stay in touch with me, please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, I'm rooting for you.